We'd like to bring now Michael Weinstein to a microphone to add to our continuing conversation. Thank you, Mr. Weinstein.
Thank you very much, and I want to add my thanks to Susie Shannon, and especially to the panel members for participating today. AIDS Healthcare Foundation operates in 45 countries, most of them in the developing world, and I've traveled extensively. I've been to refugee camps, I've been to informal settlements, I've been to shanty towns. In all those travels, I have never seen anything as bad as the streets of Los Angeles. In an informal settlement, you have a roof over your head. In a refugee camp, you have a tent and you have food, etc. So, I mean, this is scandalous beyond belief. And it didn't happen by accident. You know, it happened because of the policies that have been pursued in California. We always leave the low-income person out. So this goes back to Governor Reagan emptying out the mental hospitals. It goes back to Democrats voting for Costa-Hawkins in 1995. It goes back to redlining. The Ellis Act, which couldn't even get a hearing in a democratically, what's the percentage of Democrats in the legislature? It couldn't even get a hearing. Three-fourths, okay. 25,000 units have been destroyed in Los Angeles over the last 10 years. Now we have twin gentrification bills that are flying through the legislature, SB 9 and 10, which you so eloquently addressed. And I have some breaking news here, which is particularly 10, if 10 passes, we will put it on the ballot. We will have a referendum in California. Okay. You know, the CAA, the California Apartment Association, the realtors, cannot have veto power over the Democratic Party and a Democratic legislature. You can't have people like Steven Schwartzman, who made $685 million a couple of years ago, dictating to our elected officials what poor people and middle-income people need. Now, the solutions are difficult, but where there's a will, there's a way. And you have to go beyond throwing money at it. In a pandemic, of course, money is needed, but the money that's being thrown at it, has been for a number of years, is not getting to the root cause of the problem. Costa-Hawkins has to be repealed, and it should be done by the legislature. We've tried doing it twice.
Hold on, sir. We want to make sure you have a working microphone. Stand by, please.
You have to reform the Ellis Act. You have to focus on low-cost adaptive reuse, not $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 units. When you're in a hole, stop digging. You have to stop giving privileges to luxury developers to come into working-class neighborhoods, tear down affordable units, put up all luxury housing, and not one unit of affordable housing. That happens over and over again. You know, we are in spitting distance to thousands of empty units. AIDS Healthcare Foundation in the last 3 years, as a nonprofit, has purchased and rehabilitated 1,023 rooms, okay, the majority of them here in downtown Los Angeles. We're in escrow right now for 250 additional rooms, okay? We've done it for $100,000 a door or less. That compares to $500,000 or $600,000 that the city of Los Angeles is spending. When we talk about affordable housing, we can't just talk about whether it's affordable to rent it. We have to talk about whether it's affordable to build it. Doesn't matter how much money is appropriated. If you spend $600,000 a unit, you're not going to get anywhere. So I'll just say this in closing. First of all, we have put, and we ran it as a large ad in the newspaper. We have put a $100 million challenge to the city. And we said, we don't want anything from you except your cooperation. And that may sound odd, but I can't tell you how hard it is to get that. And maybe in the discussion period we can go into the specifics of how hard it is to do anything in the city of Los Angeles. But I mean, I think at the end of the day, what I have to say is, history is going to be our judge. You know, as we stood in this moment, and people ask me, well, why is somebody who's involved in AIDS doing this? Because the same outrage that I felt in 1987 of people dying in the hallways of County Hospital is the same outrage I feel now that we could possibly live in one of the richest countries in the world, one of the richest cities in the world, and have tens of thousands of people putting their head on the sidewalk. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.